Welcome to Coweta Schools Game Day, where we highlight the student athletes and athletic programs in the Coweta County school system that bring so much excitement to our community throughout the year. I'm Hat Pines, principal of the Central Educational Center. This program is being brought to you by the video team and audio team members here at CEC through our school system CCS TV YouTube channel. We'll cover last Friday's awesome rivalry matchup between the East Coweta Indians and the Newnan Cougars, and Northgate versus Villa Rica, and all three games coming up on August 30th. We'll bring you the action clips from past games and talk about players and coaches with East Coweta head coach John Small, Newnan head coach Chip Walker, and Northgate head coach Kevin Whitley right here on Game Day, so stay with us. Welcome to Coweta Schools Game Day. And we are back here this week with my dear good friend, head coach John Small of the East Coweta Indians. Coach, great win Friday night. Congratulations, my friend.
Appreciate it. It was a huge win for our team, our school, and our community. It's always a great rivalry game, and it did not disappoint Friday night.
I'm just going to say this, and I probably need to say as little as possible. I'll just open up this and let you take it from here. But I just have one word: wow. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was back and forth. You know, Newnan brought a good football team over there. They're a much improved football team, played extremely hard. And when we would get a lead, they would bounce right back. And then we would get a lead and they'd bounce right back. So it was back and forth. And, you know, we had a two-score lead there at the end of the game. And they battled back and, you know, left us a little bit too much time on the clock there at the end. And had a great return there at the end by Jay-Sean Stegall and got us across the 50, and we've got a kicker that we have a lot of confidence in. And, you know, I told our OC, Kelby Holt, just get us to the 35, and we got a chance. And with us returning it past the 50, you know, we were able to get it down there inside the 10 and burn some clock and then punch it through there. So very exciting. And then we were able to hold them off the last 6 seconds. And just a gutsy win by our kids. And like I said, excited for our community, our students, our players, our coaches. Had an unbelievable environment there at Garland Shoemate, which I asked our students Monday, you know, why can't we do that every week, you know, not just for one game.
It was hopping, Coach.
It was exciting. Yes. So great win for the Indians.
Coach, that was a great win against a tough Newnan team. In the 8 years that you have been at the helm at East Coweta, you know, how special was it to bounce back after the Sandy Creek game? You know, tell us how proud you are of your team and their resiliency and where the season's heading.
Well, anytime you lose a game like we did in the opener, you know, losing exposes everything. You know, winning covers up a lot of flaws, but we have some flaws on our football team like everybody does, and we came back this week and said, here's the things we're going to attack with our kids, the things we're going to address with our kids, the things we want to work on. And the two words we spoke about all week this week was respond, don't react. We had too much reaction the first week, and you can't play when you react. So they really responded in all those situations and never panicked, never flinched. So I was really proud to see their resiliency coming back and sticking together, pulling for one another. And we got to continue to grow in that as a football team if we're going to have the success we desire to have.
Right. I think it's fair to say everyone in the stands Friday night got their money's worth. You were not kidding when you said this is the best rivalry in the state. And I think the atmosphere, anyone who was there, just a citizen of Coweta, had to be super proud in that environment. Tell us a little bit, kind of that last drive, what you were telling your ice pumping through his veins kicker and everything. I mean, Newnan scores right there, gets a 1-point lead, and then your kids, like you said, very calmly and methodically just collected themselves, know what they needed to do to go get the job done.
Well, our kids have a lot of confidence in our kicker, Aaron McWilliams, because they see him every day. So they knew the pressure wasn't on them. They just had to get the ball down there for him to have an opportunity. If we score, we score. But if we don't, we got a chance to kick it and win it. Right. With the snap and the hold, you know, they work on that all the time because that's a process and that has to be right. But, you know, kids made plays there at the end that, you know, everybody contributed there. You know, our offensive line did a great job. The quarterback made some unbelievable decisions. You know, the thing there is just don't turn the ball over, you know, make smart decisions. And And our offensive staff did a great job of having those kids prepared on that last drive where Newnan scored. They were already meeting with those kids and saying, getting them locked into, hey, we do this in practice. We work on this in practice. Here we go. So to see them put it to work was awesome to see. But everybody contributed, and but then the kicker, he's a very confident kid, not an arrogant kid. But when they iced him there, he was asking, why are they calling a timeout? I said, it doesn't bother me, but I was like, just be quiet and go get ready to kick.
Go do you.
Yeah, but just he's a weapon.
Right.
Great to have.
Absolutely.
If you don't have one, it shows. But we got one.
And let's take a look at some of these highlights from what a wonderful, wonderful game that was.
Okay. Offensively here, we started our first drive backed up.
And Coach, I want to think this was a 99-yard drive.
It was 98-yard drive. Cohen did a good job of leading this thing. Good throw and catch there. That's a sophomore Chase Beatles tight end, getting better and better. Come back here, give it to Ricky Howell, a sophomore running back. Picking up, just moving the chains. We work on those situations being backed up too in practice and talk through it. Sam Gritton had his best game he's ever had. Guy just puts his head. He didn't play much against Sandy Creek. Didn't play much in the scrimmage game. Just works tremendously hard. And great example to our other kids that good things happen. Great play here by Cohen, improvising to Chase Beatles again, the sophomore tight end. Cohen Peoples was our player of the game. He was, 12 of 16 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's a touchdown there.
He has really turned into a big-time quarterback.
He is. Super proud of that kid and what he brings to the table. Here's a throw to Jayshon Stegall here, picking up the first down. Every kid wants the ball. We're trying to get our kids to be unselfish and understand that it's going to come to you when it needs to. This is James Stroud. We moved him to running back this week, and you can see he's got some jets to run. Still figuring out the position, but he's playing 3 different positions for us right now, so his learning curve is great right now, but he's doing a great job. Here we are backed up. Come back here. Cohen makes a great job, great play with the ball, picks up the first down, understands how to use his legs, Little throw here to Ricky Howell. Great job by the receivers outside running their routes, not to pick a guy, but to be where they need to be. Good flat route there. Here we're trying to hit the running back down the middle, but the safety jumps it. So Cohen does a good job of going to a secondary read and hitting Sam Gritton there for a 73-yard touchdown.
Saying big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games.
And he had a big game. Here's Cohen again, getting us downfield, picking up the first down. This is on that last drive here of the game. So does a good job with his feet. Come back here, throw a little out route for the first down to Walter Maestri, another sophomore receiver. Got a lot of youth on the field still, which very proud of. Special teams wise, Aaron McWilliams kicks. He was 4 or 5 kicking them for touchbacks.
Wow.
PAT. Our deep snapper got hurt during the week, so he handled PAT duties. And on punt, Cooper Johnson, our backup snapper, he stepped in and did a tremendous job of operating the punt team. So here's another kickoff by Aaron. And this kid's only a sophomore. He just gets better
really
and better.
Speaks volumes when you have to make a team go 80 yards.
Oh, yeah. And then I think he averaged 42 on the night. This is his shortest punt. But good coverage downfield, make them fair catch it. Then here's another punt by him. Cooper Johnson again snapping, did a great job, great protection. And we get one there, make them fair catch it again. So here's a PAT, a field goal block here. They kick the field goal to try to get 3. We end up blocking it.
Great defensive stand.
Defensively, Lucas Knockin there had 22 tackles on the night.
Oh, wow.
Just a tremendous player for us, but just a hard worker. One of the toughest kids we got. I wish everybody would follow his lead every day because he plays 100 miles an hour in everything that he does. They did a good job of distributing the ball as well. Our kids did a good job rallying into it. We gave up some stuff, but it's bend, don't break. But really proud of those guys. The front played well. Tyler Horsley had a big game. Good coverage there by Dylan Holston. He's a junior corner. We were able to bring some pressure through the night. There was another play by Lucas Knockin and a gang of Indians tackling him there. Another big play there for a gain of 2. Just a bunch of guys in on the play. We had a senior linebacker out Friday night, didn't play, and Austin Atkinson, he stepped in and played for us. First start ever on the varsity.
Heck of an opportunity there for that to be your first game.
And he did a tremendous job for us. Really tough kid. A great play there on third down there, breaking that up at the end zone.
Really had some great red zone, defensive play.
We did. We get a sack here.
Coach, I can only imagine just all the names you whittled off right there, which makes it collectively a great, great, great team victory. As I said, I can only imagine what that big playboard looks like from all those kids that have, people just stepping in, whether it was someone stepping in for the first time, getting their first opportunity at linebacker or the snapper or you name it. Everyone contributing, and what a great all-around team win. How did that play out on your big City of Hope playboard?
Our City of Hope defensive player of the game, like I said, was Lucas Knockin at 22 tackles. We mentioned him. Our City of Hope offensive player of the game was Sam Gritton, 3 catches for 89 yards, along to 73 for a touchdown. And again, can't say enough about that kid. A lot of kids want instant gratification. They get upset if they don't play. He just keeps his head down when he wasn't getting reps and knows what to do. And his number was called Friday, and he got hot. And so hopefully other kids on our team will learn from that.
That's great leadership. Yeah.
So then our special team, City of Hope special teams player of the game was obviously, we had 2 of them. We had Aaron McWilliams, who made the game-winning kick and also did a great job kicking off. But Jayshon Stegall, he's another kid that he did not start the game. He kept his mind right, and he came in and made some big plays for us. And then on that last kickoff return, he just made an unbelievable effort to get us down the field and get us on the other side of the 50. So really proud of him. Our hog of the week was Ethan Colton. He's a center, a 4-year guy in our program. He's not real tall. He is big. But his goal going into playing was to get himself in shape from a freshman year. He wanted to start by his senior year. Wow. And that's what he's done.
That's been his goal.
And that's what he's done.
Earned it. That's great.
And he's become the leader of that offensive line, and really proud of that kid, Ethan Colton. Our Georgia Farm Bureau Player of the Week was Cohen Peoples. He was 12 of 16 for 180, 1 passing touchdown, 9 rushes for 59 yards and a touchdown. Our City of Hope Scout Special Teams Player of the Week was Kennedy Allman. Scout Special Teams Offensive Player of the Week was Cam Green, a senior.
What a role they play.
Who's new to football, plays basketball, but he gets better and better each week. He's an unselfish kid, and I told him the other day, I said, your day's coming. Just keep working. And then our City of Hope Defensive Player of the Week was Calvin Petway. His nickname is RG3, looks just like Robert Griffin, but Calvin Petway. So really proud of those kids. And anytime we have a staff meeting and we throw up a lot of names to vote for, it means we had a good night. So really proud of the way the kids responded this week from coming off last week.
Well, Coach, it was just a fantastic win and a fantastic environment. Just everything that high school football is meant to be, especially in Coweta County, the state of Georgia, the Southeast, the nation. It was really, really a special environment. But as Coach Small would always have it, the schedule is by design, and it's very much, all right, great win, and on to the next thing. And, Coach, you've got a big task against another top 5 opponent this week versus North Cobb. You're taking the team to Ackworth, where you've had a lot of success there against the North Cobb Warriors, but it's always a hard-fought game. Tell us a little bit about this week's upcoming opponent.
Well, like I said, we're going on the road. We're getting on buses early, driving up. It's going to be a different game day atmosphere for our kids in terms of when we leave, what we do, the whole process. But playing a 2-0 North Cobb football team who's got a very talented football team. So it'll be quite the challenge on the road, but looking forward to seeing our kids and how they perform this week up there in Ackworth. So hopefully the Indian Nation can travel up there. Our crew travels very well, supports us very well. I think a lot of teams like us to come to them because they know we bring a lot of people. So can't say enough about our families, our community, and the support that they give us. So we hopefully put on a great show for them Friday.
Absolutely, Coach. Coach, I'm excited. I plan on being there, and like I said, it's going to be another great environment, another tough team, but your teams are built for that. Looking forward to a great win Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll be back with more on Coweta Schools Game Day in just a few moments. Welcome back to Coweta Schools Game Day. I'm here with my dear friend, head coach of the Northgate Vikings, Coach Kevin Whitley. Coach, always good to have you back here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I say, Coach, I know it wasn't the result you were wanting on Friday night, but there is no doubt this is part of the building process. Your track record has just, like you said, you have been an architect at taking programs and building them straight up from the bottom. And like you said, tell us a little bit about Villa Rica and what you're looking to continue to do, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. This is a part of the process that a lot of people really don't like. The first two games not going the way we had hoped, but the good thing is that we're losing the games, but we're also learning.
Right.
And so we're learning what we're good at, what we're bad at, things we need to work on, and that process is sometimes slow, and we're getting there. Our kids are still positive, which is all that makes it. The biggest thing is just keep working. They're very coachable.
Right.
And so as long as we have that, we'll continue to get better. Villa Rica was a very good team.
Absolutely.
I think Coach has been there a couple of years now, so they've kind of laid their foundation.
Yes, sir.
And really came in. I thought we started off well. We got a turnover on opening kickoff. We just didn't generate points. So what we got to do is take advantage of other people's mistakes and limit our mistakes. So that's where we are, and I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Just like I said, it's part of it. Nobody wants to lay that concrete.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, Coach, there are not many people that can do it better than you. Like I said, what you've done just over at Creekside, at Stockbridge, and like you said, every time, next thing you know, before you know it, y'all are holding trophies and you're champions.
I mean, like I said, we've been fortunate. And again, I think I get a little too much credit for that. It's all about kids.
Right.
It's all about the players. If they're willing to go through it and stick through it and get better and get stronger in the weight room, make the commitment that's necessary, the winning takes care of itself.
That's it. Absolutely.
It takes care of itself. So you just make a few tweaks when you get places, and you try to get them to understand, even when they can't see it. Just to trust.
Trust the process.
Trust that we're going to get there.
Right.
And like I said, our kids are excited about that.
Awesome.
So right now, the biggest thing is making sure your seniors go out the right way.
Absolutely.
So that's why we got to get better now. It's not a next year deal, it's this year.
Right.
It's right now. And so you want those seniors to go out the right way. And we got good senior leadership. So that's what we'll do. We got a really good Northside Columbus team next on the line. So we'll get ready for those guys.
Absolutely. You know, Coach, someone said this once, and I could not agree more. You know, especially when you're talking about non-region play. You know, of course, you know, our kids are competitive. They want to play hard. They want to win. Games matter and all that. But the great thing is, you know, a team could be in a 3-game non-region schedule. You could have not won a game, but you haven't lost anything.
Right.
You could have won every game, but you haven't won anything.
Right.
So it is a great chance, you know, also to continue just to use those games, get better, and when region play comes around, kids are starting to hit their stride. So I'm a big believer in that philosophy.
Yeah, no doubt. I think you know, one thing again, you know, everybody wants to win the games.
Right.
You know, I'm probably the worst at that, and I like to win the games. So. But when they're non-region games, you know, you learn from them, you know, and then you get ready for the region game, where it really matters in terms of playoff seedings, whether you host a playoff game, whether you're on the road.
Right.
So, but the kids to get better every week.
Absolutely.
You know, as long as you can improving, making mistakes, you got to be a little lucky and staying healthy.
Absolutely.
So if guys can stay healthy, you know, and you keep coaching and keep playing hard, you know, good things will happen.
Right. Well, just like with every game, we learn and we grow. What were some of the positive things you saw from Friday night?
You know, I think at the end of the day, it's just about effort. You know, I think even one thing we're trying to encourage our guys, if things don't go our way, stay even keel.
Right.
If things go our way, stay even keel. Stay even keel.
That's a great lesson.
We don't want to be up and
life
down.
lesson.
We don't want to be up and down, letting the scoreboard affect how we play.
Yes, sir.
Just turn it off.
Right.
No scoreboard. Let's go play. And then how it ends, it ends.
Awesome.
So I think our kids are kind of buying into that. Again, we made some stops late in the game when the game was over that we didn't have to make.
And that's character.
That's those things are setting in. So, like I said, we're going to keep getting better.
Absolutely.
We're going to keep working. That's all we know what to do. And, again, that's our kids are really buying into that.
Right. Well, Coach, like I said, that is all about, that is your DNA is hard work and trusting the process, and then, like you said, reaping a lot of success and like I said, there's no doubt you're going to get great buy-in, and we're just so happy that you're at the helm in Valhalla. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Friday night.
Yes, sir. I think, like I just mentioned earlier, I think the opening kickoff was really beneficial. Our guys are running down hard, led by Mason McKnight right there. But we get a turnover right here, which was big, but our mistake was we didn't get any points out of it. Right. So we ended up getting it back. Again, Braxton Davies continues to be the leader of our defense. He's a senior kid, really, buying in. He's vocal, hard worker, great work ethic. And so as long as he continues to play hard, that's him again. That's his brother Bryson there, who I think led us in tackles this week. So those Davie brothers are working hard. Here we got Xavier King on the kickoff return, 25 yards. He's an underclassman as well. Yeah. And so it makes a good thing there. So, a majority of our guys will be back.
I was about to say, it's a young team, Coach.
No doubt. We'll have 9 back on offense and maybe 8 or 9 back on defense. So, like I said, our guys are learning. They're playing hard. That's Jet Clark right there making a big play. Yes, sir. Also with B-Hop. So those guys are playing. That's underclassman right there, Isaac. Another big hit by Braxton. So, again, defensively, we're getting there. Here's an underclassman punter. Charlie gets a punt inside the 5-yard line. Again, these are opportunities where we got to go 3 and out, shorten the field, and make it easy, scoring opportunity for our offense. Again, that's our quarterback Ledger making another pass to Xavier. Here's our 3 ninth graders, Ledger to Woody to Trey. Again, all ninth graders. Yeah. And so, again, the future's bright. But like I said, it's about trying to get it done right now. And so that's what we're going to do. Like I said, our seniors deserve that we play hard and not just give away years. Again, that's another great tackle. That's Walker there, Walker Johnson, the underclassman lineman. I mean, all of them underclassmen. So, again, that's a big hit by Keaton on the sideline, another underclassman safety. So, again, another good run by Woody, our 9th grade running back, is going to be special. So, again, our guys just got to buy in. We're going to keep playing hard. We're going to keep coaching them hard. And good things are going to happen.
Well, Coach, you can see that there's a lot of young talent right there.
No doubt.
And this experience and y'all's coaching expertise is going to pay dividends. And I know the great thing is you got a sense of urgency and you're looking to have a great season, in which no doubt you're going to. And, how did it all sort of translate to your big play board at the end of the game this week?
Yeah, we won a whole lot of big plays in terms of points on the board. Like I said, again, right now, it's all about effort.
Right.
If we can play hard, we got to get lined up right. We had a number of misalignments. And then just not beating ourselves. We shooting ourselves in the foot. We get the ball in 25-yard line, and we get a bad snap. Now instead of 1st and 8 from the 20-yard line, you got 1st and 20 from the 40.
Yes, sir.
So now not only did we not score, we got out of field goal range. Right. You know what I mean? So long as we stop self-inflicted wounds, we can stop that. Just continue to execute what's called. I think we'll be in good shape. But kids are playing hard, and that's all that matters.
And Coach, when you said in the game, that there were a couple times, maybe just mathematically with the time on the clock, being down, you're not going to win the game at the time, but your kids are fighting and you're getting 3 and outs. Those are those moments, those not on my watch moments.
Right.
And it's moments like those that can really define the culture of your team right there, because of course everybody can do the right thing and play hard, especially when it's going your way. But when it's going against you, that is showing what you're all about in the culture of your team.
Yeah, and I think that starts again with our seniors. Again, that's why it's so important for us to get it together and start executing to make sure those guys go out the right way. Right. You know what I mean? They deserve that. That's our goal. We do have a lot of young guys back, and it's easy for the outside to say, hey, we're going next year. No, not next year, this year. Right. So again, we got a good north side team coming in this week, got a really good quarterback, very athletic, and we got to go on the road. So it'll be a new situation for us in season, being a road game. We just got to go down there and play. We got to get down, get used to the environment, get better. Had a really good practice yesterday. So the tempo is there, the attitude is there. We just got to keep coaching them hard, and they got to keep playing hard.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we are lucky, as I've said it on every show, we are lucky to have, a coach like you at the helm at Valhalla in our school system. You've won championships, you've won over 160 ball games, and just the discipline and the culture and the work ethic that you're instilling into that Northgate football program. We're just so excited to see where it continues to grow. And like you said, you're doing a great job. We're so happy we've got you here. And good luck this week against the North Side Patriots in Columbus.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Like I said, another non-region game to get ready for the region schedule. And best of luck to you guys. Coach, great job. Looking forward to having you next week on
Thank you.
Coweta
I appreciate
Schools Game
it.
Day.
Thank you for having us here.
And with that, we'll be back with more on Coweta Schools Game Day in just a few moments. Welcome back to Coweta Schools Game Day. And we're here now with head coach of the Newnan Cougars, Chip Walker. Coach, great to have you here.
I appreciate you. I always enjoy coming over here and doing this.
Always. Coach, you kids played so hard. They played so hard. But I think anyone that was there Friday night saw the fight and just grit your kids have. That's going. Everybody's looking forward to seeing how that's going to just continue to prosper throughout the school year.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We were proud of our kids. One of the things we talked about was we were proud of their heart. We were proud of their determination. We were proud of how hard they played. They faced adversity and they battled back from adversity several times. We're not into moral victories,
right.
and we wanted to win the football game. But we are extremely proud of the performance of our kids in a lot of areas. It's like we talked about, a team meeting. If we make 2 or 3 more plays, and that game could be
different,
tons different,
right.
not just a little different. It could be tons different.
Right.
And so it's we're proud of them. Now we got to move on to the next one and get ready for one more. Get ready for the opening game at Drake Stadium, which is always
which
special.
is always reason to get excited. Absolutely.
When you get to play at Drake Stadium, it's always special.
Well, Coach, when you're down 2 scores late in the second half and you're able to totally turn around and take the lead with at the very end there, that's character and that's guts.
No doubt. There ain't no doubt about that. Our kids showed a lot of character, a lot of guts.
Of class, yeah.
And they, we dominated the fourth quarter up until the last, I guess, 1 minute and 38 seconds or whatever. So because we came back, took the ball,
right.
stopped them, got the ball back, took it right back down, and we were proud of them. A lot of guys that grew up.
Right.
One of the things that is important is in that environment. We talked about this before. That environment is what high school football is all about. But then you got, Brody Campbell played really good as a sophomore.
Yeah.
Jalen Britt had 9 or 10 receptions as a sophomore. Chris Jackson, the running back that came in the fourth quarter and sparked us a sophomore. So there's a lot of good things ahead for those guys, and we grew up a little bit, and now we just got to take that and move it on to the next Friday.
Absolutely. Well, the great thing is, Coach, there's a lot of football out there to be played, but I guess just from a proud member of the Coweta County community, it was a great atmosphere between 2 great teams, 2 great coaches, and everything you want in the essence of high school football. And I know your kids, as hard as they played, this has got a chance to be a really good special season.
That's right. And that's what we're looking forward to.
Awesome. Well, Coach, I need to just shut up because it was such a high-packed energy game with a lot of highlights. Teams just making great kids making great plays. Let's take a look at Friday night's action from Friday night.
Sounds good. We're going to start it off with that aforementioned Jalen Britt. You talking about a guy who had a really good game for us. I think he had 9 or 10 touches, and a lot of them just like that turned into first downs. Only punt of the night, but I wanted to put it on here because of some stuff. It's a big moment in the game, starting off, and Braden Hutchinson comes in and he pins him at the 1.
He pins him at the 1.
And then, as a
Great job of getting down there and just
yeah. I mean, it's really good.
Perfection.
So it was an well executed punt in terms of that, the things you want. Watch these defensive guys, you know, flying around there. You see Rodney and Amarion Nichols and a bunch of those guys really getting after it and flying around. I thought the defense, you know, gave up a couple big plays, but they flew around all night. There you see Rodney again getting
pressure.
tons. I think he ended up having about 4 pressures on the night and made some really big plays.
And Brody just was so poised.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, he took some shots and stood up and threw the ball. That was a big first down. That's 3rd and 12 on our opening touchdown drive. I think we ended up the night 11 of 13 on 3rd downs. Here's another big play by Britt. Watch this. Really and truly, he should be stopped for no gain, and he ends up 3rd and 5, getting us a first down that kept that opening drive going.
11 to 13, those kind of moments are going to, if your kids can play that dialed in on that, then they're going to have a really good season.
There ain't no doubt. There's Jalen Teagle with the first touchdown of the game, big play for sure. There's another one. That's the one. Brody took a shot that got a 15-yard penalty, and Gus got interfered with. They threw a penalty on it, and we still completed the ball.
Still completed the ball.
So it was a big play. This is right before halftime. We stopped them, got the ball back, and I know you can't see it down here, but Porter Child made a huge catch. That this was the drive as we scored with 6 seconds to go or whatever it is, right into halftime to tie the thing up.
I keep telling myself I'm not going to be biased this program, but right there when you just talked about Gus, Brody, Porter, my neighborhood connection, makes a guy like me real proud.
There you go. Another kid, A.J. Kendall, comes in. He only really played 2 or 3 snaps on defense because Rodney got hurt, and he comes in and makes a big sack. Again, there you see Rodney and those guys chasing the quarterback down. This is a big. They lose John. You know, John Matthews, the freshman.
Right.
We talked about sophomores. Let's talk about a freshman. That made a huge 40-something yard catch. While I'm talking about freshmen, Ashton Lawless, again defensive end, played the whole night. There you see Brody and
great ball right there to Gus.
Brody and Gus connecting for a touchdown that got us within 1 score. We needed a big stop. And there we go. You watch those guys swarming. There's a bunch of white jerseys swarming around and having fun and getting after it. Minute 40, whatever. Here we go. We're gonna hand it to Chris Jackson, who really ran really good.
Yeah, he's a good ball player.
Yeah,
Coach.
and so huge score for us right there. Obviously, it didn't end the way we wanted to after that. I put this on here because it's 27-27.
Coach, that's pressure.
Freshman kicker in the biggest moment of his life on a football field.
Let me tell you, that takes a lot of guts.
You've been there and done that.
And I know, and you were right, Coach. That is ice in your veins right there when you can go out there as a freshman, make that kind of kick in that kind of situation right there.
McCray Brooks, we're proud of him. And that was a huge kick for not only him, us as a team on that night, but that's going to be a huge kick for him down the road.
He can always go back to look at that. If you can go out there and execute it in that type of game, that type of situation, you're going to have a great career ahead of you.
I think so too.
Awesome. Well, Coach, you have just whittled off a lot of great names, a lot of great kids that are playing so hard. How all that turn out on your big play board?
Well, on our big play board, our special teams player of the week, we just saw him kick that extra point, is McCray Brooks, and so he came in there and did a really good job. The defensive player of the week, Amarion Nichols. Offensive player of the week, Jalen Britt. And then our overall game player of the week was Brody Campbell. I think he ended up 22 of 37
he played really
for about
good.
269 yards. And, you know, made some really good throws, stood in there with some pressure in his face, and so we're really proud of that.
Well, Coach, it's obvious you've got a great group of kids that are playing hard. 2 great showings there, you know, versus GAC, versus East Coweta, tough opponents. These kids, of course, they don't take any moral victories. You know, they want to win, but they've got to feel good in non-region play, really greasing up the wheels for region play. And again, what's great is this week if there's anyone that deserves a home game, it is you guys.
It's us, there's no
and
doubt.
looking forward to having Arabia and Mountain come and invade the Drake. Tell us about them.
Yeah, well, it's it's the non-region schedule, as you said. I think last year they lost a combined like 8 games between the 3 teams. Arabian Mountain's another team that comes in there. They were 9-2 last year. A good football team. They've been a playoff team the last several years. Going to have some really skilled athletes offensively. They're going to be wide open, spread, throwing it all over the yard. Yesterday at practice, one of the coaches said they're going to throw it 70% of the time.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and said, they're really going to throw it 70% of the time, so they're going to throw it around the yard.
They're going to be chunking it.
So we're going to have to play our game offensively, control the tempo of the game is one of the keys we feel like, do the things that we want to do. And then defensively, when we get them in third down situations, we got to get off the field.
Right.
That's always important. And just be physical and play hard and get after it. And enjoy our only game at Drake for a couple more weeks before we get back and get a little run at Drake Stadium.
Awesome. Well, Coach, it is very, very evident the great job you guys have done coaching up that group, just to see from last year to this year, and just the good energy, as you kind of complete non-region play and then go into region play after this game. Really, really looking forward to, like you said, what appears to be going to be a great season, guys.
We're looking forward to it. We want everybody to come out to Drake Stadium Friday night and pack the Drake and go Cougars.
Absolutely. Coach, great job again as always. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week after next week's big win.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, we'll be back with more on Coweta Schools Game Day in just a few moments. That will do it for this week on Game Day. Thanks to all our head coaches, and best of luck to all our Coweta teams in 2024. We'll be back with you throughout the year highlighting the great action on the fields and in the gyms of the Coweta County School System. Don't forget to like and subscribe to CCS TV. It helps to get the word out about all the great happenings throughout our school system. I'll see you soon.